let's look at inequalities for today. So inequalities, basically, when we are looking at inequalities, we shall be dealing with statements which have signs less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So this sign here, this one is what we call, or we read it as less than. Then this one here, we read it as greater than. Then this, we read it as is less than or equal to. Then this is what we read is greater than or equal to. So let's look at an example. So in this example, it says I'm thinking of a number less than 7. If I call my number W, then W is less than 7. So if a number less than 7, it can be written as W is less than 7. So this statement here is what we read, W is less than 7. W is less than 7. So we can illustrate any inequality on a number line. So for example, if we want to illustrate on a number line, W is less than 7, we shall use a line with an arrow. Then if 7 is not included, or if it is not less than or equal to 7, if it is just less than, like in this case, we shall use a small circle, or we shall put a small circle on top of 7. So you can see that on top of 7, we have used a small circle. Then since the numbers which are less than 7 are on this other side, so meaning that on 7 we put a small circle, and then we move the arrow this side, or we move the line this side with the arrow pointing on this side where there are numbers which are less than 7. So we can look at what we do, what if it is an equal, there is a less or equal to, or greater or equal to. So in example 2, it says I'm thinking of a number greater than or equal to 12. If I call my number X, then this can be written as, because X, the number, if we call it X, it is greater than or equal to 12. So when drawing on a number line where there is when drawing on a number line representing greater or equal to, or less or equal to, for it we use a circle which is shaded throughout like this, to show that even that number where you're starting from is inclusive, or it appears in that set of values. So in this case, if we are showing that X is greater or equal to 12, so on a number line, the numbers which are greater than 12 are on the right hand side of 12. So since 12 is also inclusive, or it is included, so we shall use a circle which is fully shaded like this, and then we move our arrow to the numbers which are greater than 12. So this is a representation of X is greater or equal to 12. So basically, that is what we do. So if you are representing an inequality, like in this case, we are supposed to represent 1 is less or equal to X, and X is less than 6. So in this case, what we do, since 1 is included, it means that on 1, we shall use a fully shaded circle, and then on 6 we shall use an open one like this. So if we are to present this on a number line, so you can see actually it is supposed to start from 1. If we are to draw ours here, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So since 1 is included, so on 1 we shall have a circle like this on 1, since 1 is included, and then on 6 it will be an open, not shaded inside, and we connect the two, and that is where our range of values lies. So this is the representation of 1 less or equal to X less than 6. Okay, so we have an exercise here. Draw on a number line to illustrate the following inequalities: a greater than 5. So since it is a greater sign, so meaning that on 5 you'll have an open circle like this. Even here it's a less than, you have an open circle in the 7. Then for this less or equal to, you'll have to use a shaded one on 7, and of course you show where the direction where it goes. Then here greater or equal to, you also have to use a shaded one like that. Okay, we are supposed here to write inequalities for these. So you can see here that 0 is included since it is a shaded circle. So meaning that the inequality here is x. If we call x, if we call the value or to be represented by x, a range of values. So for this inequality, it is represented by x is greater or equal to 0, since the values this side are greater than 0. Then for this one, you can see that the value that we are looking at lies between 2 and 7, but 2 is also inclusive. So meaning that it will be 2 less or equal to x less than 7. Then for this, 0 is included and negative 3 is included. So it will be negative 3 less or equal to x less or equal to 0. But this is not true. This is not true. This is not true. Actually, you can even first represent it one by one in a single case. But anyway, even if you stop here, there is no problem. Thank you for attending, please.